whether it is in warp, or woof, of linen, or of wool, whether in a skin, or in anything made of skin. If the plague is greenish or reddish in the garment, or in the skin, or in the warp, or in the woof, or in anything made of skin, it is the plague of leprosy, and shall be shown to the priest. The priest shall examine the plague, and isolate the plague 7 days. He shall examine the plague on the 7th day. If the plague has spread in the garment, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in the skin, whatever use the skin is used for, the plague is a destructive mildew, it is unclean.
He shall burn the garment, whether the warp or the woof, in wool or in linen, or anything of skin, in which the plague is, for it is a destructive mildew, it shall be burned in the fire.
If the priest examines it, and behold, the plague has spread in the garment, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in anything of skin,
then the priest shall command that they wash the thing in which the plague is, and he shall isolate it 7 more days. Then the priest shall examine it, after the plague is washed, and behold, if the plague hasn't changed its color, and the plague hasn't spread, it is unclean, you shall burn it in the fire, it is a mildewed spot, whether the bareness is inside or outside.
If the priest looks, and behold, the plague has faded after it is washed, then he shall tear it out of the garment, or out of the skin, or out of the warp, or out of the woof.
And if it appears again in the garment, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in anything of skin, it is spreading, you shall burn with fire that in which the plague is.
The garment, either the warp, or the woof, or whatever thing of skin it is, which you shall wash, if the plague has departed from them, then it shall be washed the 2nd time, and it will be clean. This is the law of the plague of mildew in a garment of wool or linen, either in the warp, or the woof, or in anything of skin, to pronounce it clean, or to pronounce it unclean.